Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we will be making another DIY tutorial, and this is the top that we will be making. So this top is a ruffled top, multi-layered ruffled top, and honestly speaking, this is a bit tedious to do, and I made quite a few mistakes and adjustments all throughout this video. So hopefully you'll learn something from this video, guys. This is my first time to make this kind of top, and it is a learning process for me, so I hope you don't mind the mistakes, and I hope you learn something from this and won't make the same mistakes as I did. Now before we get started with the tutorial, make sure that you guys are subscribed to my channel and also hit the notification bell down below so that you wouldn't miss any of my new videos, and let's get started. So to make this top, you will need these measurements. This one is the actual top, and as you can see, we have two pieces of fabric. I am using Duchess satin, and this is 12 inches wide and 40 inches long with half an inch seam allowance all around. Now for this one, this is the ruffles of our top. We have 5 pieces of it. This is 4 inches wide and 40 inches long with half an inch seam allowance all around. And for these two, this will be the strap of our top. This is 20 inches long and an inch thick. So the first thing we're gonna do is the strap. We are going to fold it like so, like that. And then we are going to sew a straight stitch as close to the edge as possible to seal it shut. So this is what our strap looks like after we have sewed it. So now what we're gonna do is you're going to take your top and we're going to hem the sides for both pieces of fabric. So we're going to hem this side and this side. We're not gonna touch the top and the bottom. So once you're done hemming the sides of our top, it should look something like this. That's one side and this is the other. Now we're going to set this aside and then we'll move on to our ruffles. So I have here one of our ruffles. I already folded the sides to hem it. So what we're gonna do here is we're going to cut out this corner over here, this small square. We're going to cut these out also on this side and the other side. So once you've cut them out, it should look something like this. Now we're going to fold it twice and then hem it. Once you're done hemming it, it should look something like this. So we're going to do this to all 5 pieces of it. So once you're done hemming all 5 pieces of our ruffle, we're going to set it aside. And then we're going to take a piece of our top and then we're going to draw on some lines. So this is what it looks like after we have drawn on the lines. And as you can see, this is 2.5 inches apart from each other. And this line over here, this will be the casing for our elastic as well as this one on the bottom. So this is the right side of the fabric. And over here is the back side, and we have a half an inch seam allowance, so the casing will be half an inch like this. So for these lines, this is where we're going to sew on our ruffles. So to sew on the ruffles, you're going to place it right sides together like so. So we are going to place it here right on top of the line. And then we're going to sew on a straight stitch. So this is what it looks like after we've pinned all our ruffles onto our top. This is the top part and this is the bottom. And this one, as you can see, this is the line for our casing for the elastic. So we pin this right sides together. Now we are going to sew on a straight stitch before the hem. So right over here, we're going to sew on a straight stitch. So this is what it looks like after we have sewn on the ruffles and ironed it flat. So we have the 5 ruffles. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to take the other piece of our top and then we're going to put them right sides together. So this is the back of our ruffles, as you can see over here. This is what it looks like after we have pinned it together. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to sew on a straight stitch on this line over here and also on top. We're going to sew on a straight stitch. Once that's done, we're going to flip this right side out and iron it flat. So this is what it looks like after we have sewn on our top. Now what we're gonna do next is to make the casing for our elastic. So this is the top part of our top. We are going to flip the first layer of our ruffle and then we are going to sew on over here. The same place where we sewed on our ruffle, we're going to sew a straight stitch to make the casing for our elastic. So from one end to the other over here, we're going to sew on a straight stitch. And for the bottom part, we're going to flip the last ruffle of our top, and as you can see, I already marked a line on where I want my casing to be. So we're going to sew on a straight stitch on this line from one end to the other, and this will be the casing for our elastic. Also, by the way, I cut off the first layer of our ruffles from the top over here. I cut off the first layer of our ruffles because I feel like the top is too long for me. So this is what it looks like after we have sewn on the casing for our elastic. That's the top part. And this is the bottom part. Ayan. So that's the casing for our elastic. Now what we're gonna do next is we're going to take your elastic and put a safety pin on one end, and then we're going to fish it through one hole until it reaches the other hole over here. So this is what the top looks like after we have fished through the elastic. I did some minor changes to this. Instead of using 2 elastics, I made 4. So I made 4 casings, 1 for each ruffle, as you can see over here. So every ruffle has its own elastic to give that fuller effect. So this is the front, and this is what it looks like at the back. So as you can see here, these are the casings for the elastic, and every ruffle has their own elastic. Now for this top, as you can see, it's a bit short. So what we're gonna do here is we're going to make another one. We're going to do the same thing that we did earlier, and then we're going to connect the 2 pieces together. The second set that we're gonna make will be half its size, since this one measures to 20 inches. So this is what it looks like after we have sewed on our top together. So that's one side. So this is the right side of our top. As you can see, we have here the ruffles. And then over here, we are going to sew the ruffles together. So you're just going to align it like this. See that? And then we're going to sew a straight stitch over here to sew it together. Once you're done sewing, it should look something like this. So this is our ruffle. So once you're done sewing on the ruffles together, we will now move on to the straps that we made earlier. So we're going to make this into an adjustable strap, and I have here these. See this? This is what we're gonna need to make it into an adjustable strap. So I already made the other one. So this is one of the straps. And as you can see, it is an adjustable strap. When sewing on the straps, make sure that you wear this top first and figure out where you want to place the strap. So I already made my markings on my top on where I want to put it. So I have one here, and the other one is right over here. So this is where I'm going to sew on my straps. And then for the back, I'm going to sew it on here where we sewed on the back piece of our top. Now this is what it looks like after we have sewed on the straps, like that. Now we just need to wash this, and then we'll move on to our try on portion. So this is what the top looks like after we put it on. So as you can see, it is a crop top. And we have 4 layers of ruffles. Yeah, so these are 4 layers of ruffles. So this is the front. And this is the back. And as you can see over here, we have adjustable straps. Is it for today's video, guys. I hope you learned a lot from this. I hope you wouldn't make the same mistakes as I did. And yeah, that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you like it, and if you do, please hit like. Also, for those of you who haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do subscribe, and also hit the notification bell down below so you wouldn't miss any of my new videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.